Hi guys, it's April and we are in for a short but fun stream today. I decided that we're going to do some of these like odd bits in this picture and we're going to save the snow for last. I'm guessing that next stream we'll get all of the snow done. So I wanted to go in today and finish off the roof of the castle and some of these windows. And then we've got these like random birds that at this point are very hard to see. So I figured it's time. It's time. Especially since some of these birds have random colors that are nowhere else in like this section of the image. I'm going to zoom in. You see the top there. So there is a little birdie right about here who's green, and you can see him a little better on the other side. But I pulled out a grass green from my Polychromos set, and this is 166. And I figured he'd be a nice base to get everything kind of started from. He is super tiny, so it's not like I'm gonna get a whole ton of detail in there. He's got some black tips that I'm gonna try not to lose. And then I've got this marigold from my Holbein set. It's 142. Just gonna sneak in here and get a little bit of that on his beak. But otherwise, these guys are so dang small, I don't see a way of getting too crazy with these. Okay. So then up here, we've got a bird that's more of the red variety. So I have this light red Holbein, which is 54, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did for that green bird. I'd actually pull a little bit of white on this one. Just need a little bit of the... I'm just finishing off some of the background where I didn't get close enough to the bird. This is just the Sax Blue 395 of the Holbein. And that's about it. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things that these birds are so small. I've got another red bird that's like over top of the castle that I'm going to use the same colors for. Okay, and then we've got right here the last bird, and it's more of this like yellow orange bird. So I'm gonna lay down a base of this cream 102. This is a Polychromos. Then I've got my marigold again. And then I've got this mustard Holbein, which is 165. I think I'm also going to pull in a little bit of this Venetian red Polychromos, which is 190, because instead of black tips like all the other birds, this one's got more of that orangey brown tones. Okay, that's pretty much about as detailed as I can get with those birds. And I'm sorry I can't like zoom in even further. It'll just end up looking like a blurry blob if I do. Okay, I think I'm gonna hit those roofs next. So for the roof colors, I have this light red Holbein 54. I've got this Venetian red Polychromos 190. And I have this red violet Polychromos 194 that I think we can get to a place. So I'm going to start with this light red, and I'm just going to give a base to all of the roof lines with this light red. We've got a little bit of snow to contend with on some of these roof lines. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the darker of the colors, and this is the red violet. I'm gonna First, a little bit of shading to some spots. And then I think before I get too far with adding the Venetian red, I'm gonna get the black, and I want to add some lines to get some feel for those shingles. Give it some textures of shingles. And I'm not being a perfectionist about this because this is, like I said, such a small piece. It's going to be hard to. Okay, so now I've got that Venetian red that I'm going to go over. Everything I've already got down. Might pull out the white a little bit so I can get some highlights in there. Kind of all that standard stuff, because you don't want to lose either the shadows or the highlights. Okay, so most of these highlights are along the edge of these roof lines. I might come in with that cream too on some of these, because it's almost like there's that sun hitting off of it, at least on this one side. I think you'll get a little bit of a yellow tone in that highlight, at least on this side. But on that other side, I think we can keep it that white. I kind of gotta... Okay. I'm going to come back with that black and texturize it again just a little bit. Okay. Now we get into some interesting parts. where we fill in some of these windows. I need to fix that didn't quite get filled in. Okay, that was a side tangent. Okay, so for the windows, they need to get their light source. So I've got that cream that we used earlier of the Polychromos, which is 102. I've got the Marigold Holbein, which once again is the 142. I've got the Mustard Holbein, which is 165, and then I got a black and a white. We're just gonna go in there and we're gonna start with this cream. And I'm going in very rough, and it's okay that I get it on some of the castle wall because it's that light leak where you can see some of that light reflected onto that stonework as it comes out. Okay, and then we're gonna come back with the marigold. And we're gonna keep it a little closer to home with it, but we're still gonna be okay with some of that lightly concept. And I'm letting it be a little bit more splotchy. So some of that lighter yellow pokes through, and you've got some depth in that light. Okay, I'm gonna follow that up with this mustard, but I'm gonna keep this mustard on the lower side of these windows. I'm gonna come in with this marigold again. Okay, we kind of got those windows done, so I'm gonna come in lightly with the black. Just make sure we've just got a little bit of definition to some of these window frames. Once again, these are such a small detail. You don't have to get too outrageous with it. Just trying to make sure we don't lose the structure of the windows. just grab this light red. See if we can create a little bit of an orangey tone. Okay, that's not bad. Got this lamppost right here too that can add some of the same coloring to. So we're going to start with that cream. I'm going to go with that marigold. Keep it a little closer to the center. Some of the mustard. And we can come in with some of that light red. There we go. And in theory, that was all we really wanted to accomplish today. I'm going to touch up a couple of places. Now that we've got some more of it filled in and we've got a better feel for how things are laying contrastually. Not that I can add too much more because I already laid down so much color. Okay. think that was all I was really going to touch today. I know this was a super short stream, but it's one of those weekends where I got a lot to do, but I still wanted to do a little bit of this. So that means there will be only one more stream, and that'll be next weekend. And we will get all of that snow done. So we got a little bit of snow on this castle. Got some snow over here on these statues and these posts, and a little bit in the background, ton in the foreground, and then along this water source. I don't know if my white Holbein is going to make it, because at this point she's just a baby. She's a baby white, so I'll probably end up having to pull out my Polychromos white, which is fine, and then think about possibly reordering another white. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and hanging out with me for this shorter stream. I hope it's okay that we didn't go quite an hour and a half like I normally do to 2 hours. Sometimes it's nice to just give it a little bit of a quicker period and a little bit of rest. I do hope to see you again next time, and we will start to think about what picture we want to color in next. And I will possibly at some point very soon, why can't I talk all of a sudden, very soon show you my combined Polychromos Holbein coloring sheet. I have a better version of this that I'm generating. This was just me trying to get all of the colors placed together. Kind of excited about that. I don't know if any of the rest of you would like something like that, but I'd figure I'd show you that. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and that I see you again next week. Same time, same place, my channel, 11 Central. I will warn you, daylight savings, I believe, is next weekend. So there's going to be some time changing, at least on my end. So I'm hoping that YouTube does the conversion of the time change correctly for me, but we'll see. So hopefully that works out okay. But I do hope to see you there next weekend, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.